This week is Thanksgiving in America, though if you listen to Niche to Meet You, it's felt like Thanksgiving since August. You're welcome. And we've got one more helping of turkey for you. Call it a Nichegiving special. And it includes all the makings for a perfectly spent Thanksgiving. Turkeys, of course, football, and family. This short episode combines a few moments that didn't make the Wild Turkey Conservation miniseries because they happened after it was already done. You'll hear 3 voices in addition to my own. One is a 3-time Super Bowl champion. One is a retired archaeologist who apparently makes turkey feather blankets used by Hollywood. And one is my dad. Consider this a final turkey hurrah before we dive deep into the world of Santa portrayal artists. Our trailer for that series of episodes is available now, by the way, and the full story drops December 6th. There's a moment in the Wild Turkey miniseries when I introduce a man named Bob Fulcher. And to add to his credibility, I pulled a clip of Matt Light. He's a former Patriots offensive lineman, interrupting his own podcast interview to delight in Bob walking in the room. He calls Bob a legend. Now, I couldn't get Matt for the miniseries, unfortunately, but I was asked by The Bulletin, the show on which I'm an associate producer, to do a segment for the Thanksgiving episode about turkeys, since, I am a bit of a turkey nut now. I wondered if we could get Matt Light and bring back my friend Mary Wiyaki, retired archaeologist, featured on the 3rd episode of our miniseries, on a call together. Turns out we could, and we did. The full conversation is airing later this week on The Bulletin, and I'll link to it in the show notes. But they've allowed me this few-minute segment to share with my audience. Now, Mary, I've since learned, actually makes turkey blankets for the likes of Hollywood. One of her blankets is found in the brand new movie with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright here. Apparently, she's way cooler than I even thought she was at the time that I interviewed her. I'm going to play a part of the conversation that begins with talking about Matt's foundation. It's aimed at helping children learn lifelong skills. Now, one way they do that is through hunting turkeys. But you know that hunting is so much more complex, beautiful, and poetic than that sounds, hunting turkeys. In this 4-minute clip, Matt and Mary both have moments of pure poetry. Hopefully you listen to the series, and if so, I think you will also be totally delighted at this pairing, just like I was. Picture this. 3 faces on the screen. One is me. That one is boring. Don't picture it. The other is a woman in her 60s, olive skin, graying hair. She's got a headset with a mic on it. And the final face is a white man in his 40s, big beard, hoodie, huge headphones. Each of them have a mounted deer head on the wall behind them. We didn't plan it, it just happened. And it's a beautiful example of how things like outdoor conservation is bringing people together in more than just the dinner table. What does that look like for hunters to actually be conservationists and to lead the charge in these efforts? And why is it important to pass it on to the next generation?
For me, when I think about our youth hunts, what we like to talk about are, the things that, wing bone calls, right? We teach these kids how to make wing bone calls. We teach these kids how to clean their birds and cook the bird, right? We teach them about the camaraderie, about being in the outdoors with like-minded people, and all the efforts that it takes, to have the opportunities, right? Whether it's going out and getting landowner permissions or, looking at habitat restoration, working on things that will help sustain, what we all enjoy in terms of being in the outdoors and hunting. These are the lessons that we try to pass down to these young people. But the sidebar to all of that is that anytime they have an opportunity to put a cell phone down and look people in the eye and learn from people that they probably would have never rubbed elbows with or given the time of day, when they take the time to do those things, it's amazing to see how they flourish in those opportunities. Those are the things that I love the most.
Mary, I would love to hear from you on this, what it means to teach the next generation.
As an educator, that sensory perception of the wild, the outside. I grew up hunting, fishing, camping, all these things here with my dad, that's everyday lifestyle for a Pueblo child. We went into the Galisteo Basin yesterday with 15 children, teaching them rock art about their own beginning and how they traveled and where they came from and how there are seeds and they have to continue the knowledge. That's what you're passing on as well. And that's outstanding. I'm really impressed with your work, Matt. And these things you have to teach these young children because they're becoming disconnected with all this electronics, with all these AI interference. Who's going to be left to sleep under the stars?
Ooh, yeah. That's profound. So, Matt, your relationship with the turkey and the world of the turkey, did it help in unexpected ways in your football career? Like, was it a respite for you in a way, or, to have this outlet that wasn't this massive thing that was taking up your life?
I'm going to echo what I think probably most real outdoorsmen and hunters would say is that every second that you get to spend outdoors, not necessarily, on a trail hike with your buddies, but there's something about just you and the things around you and just being present, not making noise, being quiet, listening, watching, observing. There's something spiritual about it. And it's kind of like being in church. It's kind of like meditation. I mean, it's all these things that can help center you. And so I would say that, maybe chasing, wild turkey in the spring saved my career, or at least prolonged it in some way. But it's always had that effect on me. Just being in the outdoors, there's nothing like it on planet Earth.
When we come back, you meet my dad. Hang with us. Hey, listener, greetings to you wherever you find yourself at this moment. I've got 2 items of business for you. First, on December 6th, we are releasing a 3-part series about professional Santas. I hope it will make you cry, in a good way. Go listen to the trailer now and make plans to listen to the whole series when it releases. Now, the second item of business. I know you're busy and you might not even have any ideas for future content. I don't want to put that on you. But what I would love is to hear from you. What episodes have you enjoyed of Niche to Meet You? What characters were particularly interesting? How are you doing? What's going on? Shoot me an email, hello@nichetomeetyou.show. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, back to the episode.
All right, everybody, are we ready to party? Y'all come sit down.
The week before the Wild Turkey Conservation miniseries release, a few folks gathered together for a release party.
My gosh, here we are. We are all gathered here today to celebrate a little-known podcast about little-known niche interests called Niche to Meet You. Woo-woo! This night is going to be chaos, and I love it.
Competition.
Did anyone watch John Mulaney's
voices
Everyone's in LA
on the miniseries? Roger Shields and Farmer Billy. We had them in conversation about the turkey while sharing some of my favorite clips from the series ahead of time as a sneak peek. The night also featured a cameo from my father, who had stepped away from pickleball to join us in Nashville. Now, my dad's not a farmer. He's an educator in northern Illinois, and he has been since I was 6 years old. Now, I grew up with him singing, and there are quotes around that word in the script, you can't see them, a series of songs for each holiday that he'd share with his class. They're original tunes, at least the first one was. The subsequent songs are just kind of variations of the first. And the first one ever was the Turkey Gobbler song. Now, there are a few things you need to know for this audio to make sense. Number 1, I had no idea what to expect. We barely planned this. He showed up prepared and ready to entertain. Part of his preparation is to bring in props. So when he introduces the Halloween song, he has trick-or-treat buckets on screen. And then when he introduces the Turkey Gobbler song, he brings up this duck that he's had in his classroom for probably 25 years. At this point, its casing is showing instead of its actual plastic feathers. It's terrifying. The second thing you need to know is that he is missing his left index finger from an unfortunate incident with a table saw that happened when I was 10 months old. So, warm up your vocal cords, bend your left index finger to create a nub, and join us in Nashville as we welcome my dad for a Thanksgiving greeting.
There he is!
big shout out for my Nashville people.
This is international recording artist E-Dog, joining us from his home in Illinois. Thank you for stopping your pickleball match to join us this evening. I wondered if you could tell us about your hit song, the Turkey Gobbler song.
I'm a high school math teacher, and for survival purposes with my students, I came up with 6 different songs, all the same tune, but each one has a different lyric. The first one
I don't know what's happening.
has to do about Halloween. And the second one, and this is the closest I can get to a turkey.
That's the duck.
The second one has to do about a turkey for Thanksgiving. And then there's 4 others.
Those are the most important ones. How did you come to, so I know that, like, what was the first one? And do you remember how you came to that?
I honestly do not.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
probably 20 to 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and at this point, it's known the world over because you've been teaching for 25 years, and that's a lot of students that have gone on and can probably sing this song with you.
Oh yeah, and you can buy my CD at Walmart. It's on sale this week for $9.95.
Wow, you're about the only one who can say that. Well, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and do it for us? Do you mind, everybody? Do you want to hear Turkey Gobbler? All right.
I have to be in the proper outfit. So people, you gotta, first of all, you gotta get up.
You got to get up. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Now, you get to pick, am I gonna wear this? Or this? Or this is my outfit.
That one.
Number
three, my lord.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you also have to have a hat when you hunt for turkey. So, I've got more choices. I have a tennis hat. I'm a tennis coach. This is my brother man hat. I've got an E-Dog hat. I've got a Flam Orchards from Southern Illinois hat. Best peaches in the world. Which one you want? E-Dog. 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 You want E-Dog? All right. E-Dog. E-Dog. All right. Now, you guys are going to participate. This is a participation song. I'll do it first, and then you're going to join in with me the second time. All right?
All right.
Now, being a choir leader, you got to put your fingers up. Now, you notice one of mine is a nub. For another day. All right? And you make your left foot a nub. All right? We call it nubbing it up, because I'm also a track coach. Before my boys do an event, we always put our nubs in, and then we help each other, and then we run. All right? So you got your nubs up? You ready? Okay. Now I'm going to do it first, and then you guys are going to do with me the second time. So 1, 2, 3. Turkey gobbler, turkey gobbler, with your throat so red, I hear you in the morning. Jimmy, shoot the ball with your head.
That's it. That's the song.
All right, you ready? Nubs up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Turkey gobbler, turkey gobbler, with your throat so red, I hear you in the morning. Did I chop off your head?
From me and the rest of the team, happy Nichegiving to you and your family. We are so very, very thankful for you. Hey, listener. So many of you have joined us since Apple placed us in the new and noteworthy section in the Browse homepage of the Apple Podcast app, and we are so immensely grateful for that editorial endorsement. And we just want to thank you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time. Our team would love to hear from you personally. You can use our fancy new email address, hello@nichetomeetyou.show, to shoot us a message. Tell us about your favorite niche interests and why we should cover it, or just say hi. Would love to hear from you. As an independent creator, it really helps to know that this project is resonating with complete strangers. Thank you for spending your time with this show. Okay, that's enough for me. Enjoy the episode.